The following is a fan-based narrative. Please support the official release.
Hey guys, if we reach 1,000 likes, we'll be giving out 2 of our new shirts. All you gotta do is click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Realistic horse noise.
But that's what this is for.
Maybe in the past. Now it belongs in a museum.
You know, though, it really doesn't. None of the other powerful artifacts capable of destroying the world or causing mass chaos is unguarded in Twilight's closet, also just in a box.
You see why Rockhoof isn't an ideal fit for my team. Perhaps you could use his unusual talents?
Isn't the island, like, pretty far away? Does she actually go and meet the princess without ever actually taking a shower, despite this journey probably taking a few hours to actually complete?
Oh, that apple's made of wood! What a horrible trick to play!
An appropriate reaction that isn't over the top at all, because ponies are known for their level-headed nature.
So join me in welcoming Professor Rockhoof to our faculty.
Again, another person who has no license. Not even just that, but he's from like 1,000 years ago. This is like having a guy from the slavery era talking about ethics in the current year.
I know I'm new to your world, but there's one thing I learned when I saved my village from a rushing river of hot lava. There's nothing you can't do with hard work. And a shovel!
Well, how weak was the stage to break that easily just by being pushed down on?
Gonna like new teacher. He big, like yak.
And he smashes things like a yak. Smells like a yak.
Yes!
That's racist.
I haven't had a chance to look at Headmare Twilight's notes yet. What have you all been learning?
You let him start teaching before you even finish reading the info on what his job is.
Just studied all about how Princess Celestia and Luna used a spell to trap Discord in stone sleep for hundreds of moons.
Stone sleep? No, yeah, he was totally conscious for all those years. I can't think of a more cruel and unusual form of torture than that. But I guess now it's just he was asleep the whole time. And if you're going to try to justify that, what about the people in Tartarus who are 100% awake and moving around in a small cage for thousands of years? And if this class already had a teacher because they were learning something beforehand, then who was this? And does that mean that this guy just got fired to make room for this unqualified fossil? Not that the person in charge of this class probably was qualified either, since the entire school seems to be ran off of some form of nepotism.
Shovel whack! Now you lot be the Ursa Major. Lots of growl in mind.
More ponies acting like dogs. That tag on Derpy is probably getting pretty filled now.
But I think you're gonna fit in just...
Fire!
So he's suffering PTSD? Yes, again, a perfectly fit teacher.
Yeah, that was us. You know, dragons, having a fire-breathing competition.
You? What?
They do it all the time. That's what we were trying to tell you.
Wait, what? No, that's retarded. That's an actual horrible thing to do. The flames were spewing outside of the window. It makes sense that he thought the room was on fire.
Would some pony kindly explain what is the meaning of all this water?
How did Rarity get wet unless she was in the room with them, I guess breathing fire too, since he was pretty accurate with where he was putting the water, and once he was done, it just went straight up.
So, apparently finding Rockhoof a new job is a lot harder than we thought. Has any pony had any luck?
I thought you were gonna try him out at the post office.
We did.
So you're not immediately going to go for some sort of military defense option? Maybe sending him off outside of Equestria to be a hero? I mean, apparently people are still slaves out there, and there's a huge band of pirates and other horrible creatures, but I guess since they're not ponies, we really don't care, except for the small select groups of people that we've deemed suitable to be changed and domesticated into pony culture.
Do you know where I can find Cranky Doodle Donkey? I need to deliver his medicine. He has a rash in a very embarrassing place.
If he has a rash in those spots, then how does no one see it? They're not exactly wearing clothes, so it should be pretty apparent.
Now, just let me know if this is too much pressure.
Doesn't Snowflake actually work at the spa though? Sure, I suppose he could go on his day off, but it just seems a weird choice to use him of all people in this scenario.
Rockhoof, you old ditch digger, you!
First Thanos and now Flash Magnus. I can't believe they keep on using this word in kids' TV.
You always could find the beauty in things, but there's not much demand for shovel ponies like me nowadays.
What about construction work? I'm sure they have need for a shovel worker, probably someone who can lift heavy loads. Come to think of it, why didn't they actually think about Applejack's farm? I mean, Big Mac's pretty much the archetype for this guy, maybe a little less strong, but he's pretty much the same kind of build. Wow, these ponies sure are extra still, almost like they just weren't animated at all.
Days. Wish I could say the same for mine.
Well, I've had to expand my clinic a bit. Many creatures need healing in this modern world.
I guess they just don't pay for the medicine. Another tally for Equestria being communistic, while at the same time being a monarchy. Let's be honest, Luna didn't even have a throne for most of the time that she appeared, so it's not really a diarchy, is it?
Hey, look what I found! Me and My Shadow, the third hit novel by former villain Stygian. I'm impressed.
What, did he just milk that whole story over and over for 3 whole books?
Why do the hippogriffs need ships if they can turn into sea ponies?
Applejack would be great at this, if it wasn't for the fact that she herself was riddled with horrible contradictions.
I don't understand. The stars have always steered me true.
No, stars can move slowly over time. They must look different now than over 1,000 years ago.
No, 1,000 years would not be... 1,000 years would have these stars pretty much looking exactly the same. In fact, there's not even a slight difference in 1,000 years. It takes another 600 years for there to even be a noticeable difference to any degree, as marked by people who actually study the skies. In fact, in 50,000 years, that's when constellations will probably start looking just a little bit different and more warped. So, no, he's 100% right.
It was an honor serving with you, Rockhoof, but it seems our paths lie in different directions.
Wait, he makes one mistake and he makes one mistake on navigation. He's immediately fired. Isn't that a bit rough considering not only is he backed by a princess, but he's a hero.
Heard there's a statue spell that sends creatures into stone sleep. I want you to cast it. On me.
TVY7 suicide.
Twilight sent me to tell you she won't be in today because she has to cast a stone sleep spell on Rockhoof.
But why? Rockhoof isn't a bad guy.
So I thought this would be a ploy to get the kids to explain why they thought Rockhoof was a great hero in order to convince him to stay. But Yona's like the only one that came for it, which means Spike really didn't care at all about Rockhoof killing himself. And that's pretty cold.
I'd like to appoint you as Equestria's official Keeper of Tales.
Can you do that?
How's that even a job? You can't just keep on making new government positions to give your friends jobs. That is literally an abuse of power.